Tally ho, and welcome to another episode of InRange. I'm here with Sinistral Rifleman, Russell Fagan, in the Arizona desert, an undisclosed location. But others have found it, because there are scallywags amongst us, leaving their cheap beer piss cans littering this beautiful environment. This steel plate here is a simulation for us to train with this naval pistol and keep those drunk hoarders from getting to us. What do you think?
I think the audience is going to enjoy seeing me use more archaic technology again.
This won't flash in your face.
Yeah, because it'll be at least arm's length away from you, right?
At least arm's length. One of the best things about this as a flintlock is to keep it at least arm's length away from thine face, right? So we've got powder, and we're going, this is actually a brass naval pistol, and we're going to do the same thing we did in every other video. We're going to start at 10 yards, and we're just going to shoot the target, and we're just going to back up 5 yards at a time, and give up when we can't hit it no more. Real scientific stuff.
So what's the caliber of this thing?
This thing is a 56 caliber round ball.
And what's the muzzle velocity?
About 750 feet per second. And so we drop the ball in. Now, a lot of people think they would use a patched round ball. They did not. Patched round ball was not a thing back in the day. You would just drop the ball in and then use some sort of wadding on top to keep the ball from falling out. Because it's really sad when you lose your balls, right? Especially when you're going into combat. So I'm using coffee filters. But back then they would use something called tow or something like that. So I could start at 10 yards here. I'm just going to turn around and we're a little closer to 10, aren't we? 7? We'll start at 7. I'm going to put my ears in. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to give this scallywag a load of what's coming to him for leaving that Tecate can out here. Because why do you come out into this beautiful environment to leave behind a Tecate can? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I have to prime the pan. So cock the hammer. Heavy as hell weight hammer. And then we pour some powder in there. A little too much. Okay, there we go. Close the frizzen. Tally-ho! And there it is. It hit low at the bottom. You see where it hit? Right there at the base.
Okay.
Hit the target. I'm going to go ahead and say aim a little higher. But come on over here. I'll load this up for you. That big old round ball doesn't make much of a pingo because
no, it doesn't.
Can't. Yeah, it just kind of.
There's a nice round circle right there, though.
There's a beautiful round circle. Aim a little higher. The thing about this is sights. What are those? You don't have them. You just kind of point. So there we are at 7 yards, and I gave that guy a nice C-zone shot right to the crotch, which might actually leak out the rest of the beer piss. What do you think? Are we helping him?
He be going into the sea.
He'd be going into the sea. Out here, he'd be going into the mine shaft, right?
Right.
Yeah. We're not actually threatening anyone. This is a joke. For those of you that have had a sense of humor ectomy, the point is, don't leave your shit in the desert like a fucking cretin. Other than that, we're not shooting you. Fair? Okay. Go ahead and go to full cock when you're ready. Heavy hammer, heavy trigger. You hit him right in the throat. That guy's gagging on that beer right now. What'd you think?
That is something.
It's something. You feel like you could board a ship?
I'd probably want a full brace of those first.
Or maybe another vessel on Mad Max Fury Road? Let's move back. All right, we've moved back to 10 yards. 10 yards. Do you think you're going to hit it 10 yards?
We'll see. The shot dispersion between the two of us is pretty extreme. I'm at the upper edge of the target. You're at the bottom edge of the target.
I don't think I'm gonna. But should we cheat and use 2 hands?
No, that's ungentlemanly for the time, I think.
Yeah, but do you fight Tecate dumping litter bugs gentlemanly?
I'm going to stick with 1 hand on this.
All right.
Because I would have a cutlass in the other hand, right?
You might have a cutlass. Yep. Yep. Or maybe a Warhammer flag. Yeah. Do you want to start or should I start?
You start.
I get embarrassed first?
Yep.
All right. People say you have to use different powder granulation for the priming powder. Mostly nonsense. It doesn't matter. All right. Take back your can, dog. And I missed. No, I did. I missed.
No, I think you.
Oh, I did hit it.
I
did hit it
on the very left edge there.
I hit it on the very left edge. So right now he's winged and spinning to the right. Thank you for clarifying. Come on over, I'll load you up. I did not miss. I just thought I missed. What's interesting about this is the low velocity round ball like that doesn't make a lot of impact.
No, it's not taking off much paint either.
No, it isn't. But I wouldn't want that to go through me, would you? No.
Not in an arrow without antibiotics.
Or ivermectin.
Right.
Yeah. All right. High tech. High tech. So actually, brass was a good idea for naval pistols because they were less susceptible to corrosion. So that's actually a good. There's logic to that.
And the pressure's low enough that it's not an issue.
No. Pressure on black powder like this is nothing. Well, obviously it's not nothing. That was a euphemism, right?
So how good does the powder stay in there if you were leaving it charged?
If you close the frizzen and you have a proper frizzen flush fit, real good. Nothing's gonna. It's not waterproof, but you're not gonna lose your priming charge. Make sense?
Yep.
All right. Teach that Tecate swilling bastard a lesson or two. Ah! Right in the head.
Yep, right in the neck again.
You've got a thing for that. How are we making these hits? I don't know. I'm sure we're not going to make it another 5 yards, but let's give it a try. So my hit at 10 yards was not good. Yours was good. You took that guy out.
Right through the throat.
Right through the throat. So he isn't drinking that Tecate anymore. I don't even know if Tecate is good beer or not. I don't really drink beer. But there's a lot of cans of it out here, so I'm going to say that the locals approve. Kid tested, locals approved beer. Load this up. The chance of me hitting here is 10%. Give yourself a number.
We'll see. Your spread's pretty extreme, so
I do much better firing this two-handed, but you said that was ungentlemanly. So, what if I just don't become a gentleman right now and use two hands?
well, if you want to default to that, you can go for it.
Yep, I am. Screw this guy and his beer can.
In the dirt.
Hi, right, 2 o'clock. I am now out of the game. Are you going to win this one?
Well, we'll either tie or I'm going to win it.
Nah, you still won it because the hit that I had back there was so wimpy. It was a bad hit. You've already won, but now's when you take home the glory, right? So for those of you in the audience, I think you'll notice that actually loading this thing is probably not as bad as you'd thought. What do you think?
It looks a lot easier
Than what? Than
than the other muzzle loaders I've seen you use.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
You're not really having to like force stuff in there. Jamming the wadding in there is pretty easy.
Yep.
Part of that's just like less distance to travel to strike it home.
Yep. Oh, the ball didn't go all the way down. There it went. Yep, you're right. Thank you for the help on that. Okay. Plus, another reason it's easier is this is not rifled. So you're not actually engraving the ball. And it's undersized, so that it'll just go down relatively easy, even with fouling. There you are. You hit it. You hit it on. Let me go look. We should call you Sinister Pistolman.
Sometimes.
5 yards. An impressive shot. Impressive shot. You must have something out for the litter bugs of the desert.
I'm mostly just imagining boarding a ship, like dual wielding those, and then
Is that what you're doing right now?
throwing one aside and then skewering someone with a cutlass.
So you just like carelessly throw the
Yep.
pistol away when you are done with it? And what are you boarding this ship for? Are you a pirate?
We're definitely in search of booty.
Oh, I lost my rod. There it is. Always screw your rod back into the screw hole. We're in search of booty? Interesting. Ship of booty. So I'm going to tighten that down this time. All right.
So what are we at, like 25 yards now?
10, 15, 20. Yeah, we are. Damn. This is, if American Gladiator was flintlock pistol shooting, you should have been on it. Let's go. Now you kind of hit high left, so keep that in mind. Holy crap, you hit it.
Where did I get it at?
On its right shoulder, just above the other hit. You're hitting neckline.
Well, I like them to take them out there so they can't be talking shit.
Yeah, it's working. I'm going to go ahead and try it back here because I'm kind of impressed. You want to go back to 30?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, I'm going to give one here just because I want to miss again. What do you think? You've already won, so what's the difference?
Right.
Right? I never said that I was good with this thing. You clearly should have been a midshipman. You thought of this? Wow. I'm super impressed. How are you doing that?
Mostly just using the dark side of the Force.
Are you the dark side? Are you a Sith? Mm-hmm. Are you aiming low or high on the target?
I am putting the top edge of the barrel at like waist level.
Okay. I'm two-handing it again, I don't care. Low. That didn't work for me. I suck. All right, let's move back. Can't even see the target anymore. Surely you can't hit this time.
We'll see if the fortunes favor me.
But this is a lot easier to reload. This isn't that bad. You could actually reload this under stress. What do you think?
I wouldn't want to, but I think you could.
Well, if there wasn't other options, what are you going to do?
Right.
This is why you carry more than one, though, right?
Yeah, how many do they typically carry? 3 or 4?
I don't know. I don't know if the word typical is typical when you talk about this kind of stuff. I think the military would have carried one, but like someone like a pirate might have many. There's a pretty famous picture of Blackbeard with like, I don't even know. He's got them down his chest, around his waist. He's got like, I'm guessing he's got 8 of them. All right, I'm watching. Nah, finally, 2 o'clock. My God, man, you made it out to 30 yards, though.
What was the practical range of these things considered to be?
50 yards, maybe at the max. Probably 25, realistically. I'm taking that off the cuff. I don't have any military manuals or anything to reference. I haven't referenced that. I don't know. But what would you say after shooting it?
I'd say for most people it'd probably be like 10 or 15 yards.
Essentially what I did, right?
Right.
Realistically, you can also load other than ball. You can do buck and ball. You can do shot, which would change things a little bit too, right? Mm-hmm. Do I try to compensate one more time if I hit here? And
I'll be amazed if you do it.
I mean, I've missed a couple times already. What's the
Right.
What's wrong with just getting more embarrassed? If I hit here, though, then I can at least brag that I hit at 30 and you didn't.
Right.
Is that fair? And if I don't hit here, what's the difference? I just say you already beat me? Isn't that how we game this stuff up? All right.
Does it get harder to load every round?
Not really.
Fire?
You saw me get one that was stuck earlier, but with a smoothbore. Because the ball is intentionally undersized, not really. I mean, it does get a little harder, but it's not like a rifle barrel that becomes legitimately difficult. All right. If I hit this, I get bragging rights. You still won. I'm not saying you didn't win. I just get to say I hit at 30 yards. Nope. Low right. Anyways, what'd you think? Was it fun?
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. There's a big
it's kind of uncomfortable in your hand, though. I don't.
This grip angle's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's when you're looking at these old designs like this, it's really hard to imagine why they thought that was ergonomic.
Because they did think this was the right idea.
Right.
There was like some reason this was it.
Right.
But it isn't. Well, congratulations.
All right, so we're 1 for 1 on black powder competition.
I got you on the blunderbuss, but you got me pretty hard on this one. So we are 1 for 1. I don't know what the next one will be. Matchlocks at dawn. Guys, thanks for watching. This Flintlock was actually purchased courtesy of Patreon supporters. There's going to be more about this on the channel. It's already been on the channel a couple times. The powder ball, all that, courtesy of you, the viewer. Patreon.com/InRangeTV. Additionally, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's defeat that algorithm together. Yarr, scurvy dogs!